Welcome to this brief overview of the Learn Fast system. This is the system I use to learn anything at a much faster rate or to communicate my message with integrity. It uses a memory word, a mnemonic called message, where each of those 7 letters spell out one of the phases of the system. So it's going to help you get your message across faster at a deeper level so that you can recall it for longer, or get a message into your mind faster, deeper, so you can recall it for longer. Here is an overview of the whole approach, and I'm happy to send this to you as a PDF. It's too busy for you to really enjoy at the moment, so what I'm going to do is break it up branch by branch. I'm going to work around clockwise around that mind map. Mind map's invented by Tony Buzan, of course. So the M of message is for mindset. How do we get ready to learn? How do we create a learning to learn mindset? And the answer is to get relaxed. To relax our body, to have a supportive environment, to have an environment where the subliminal messages are that learning is good, learning is easy, learning is pleasant. You need to develop a positive can-do attitude. And for most of us, it helps to map out or to frame what we know already about a subject to set it into context. We need to clear our mind of all mental clutter and connect with each other in the learning environment, or connect with ourselves into that wonderful state where we have a realistic outcome and a very clear grasp of the benefits, the what's in it for me. In each of these slides I have a memory elephant, and this one has 3 letters associated with it, ECO. And ECO stands for environment and entrainment, clear and connect, outcome and objective. So at the mindset phase, we need to create that right environment for learning, but we also need to enjoy the experience of entrainment. Entrainment is getting into a brainwave state suitable for faster learning, for accelerated learning. And that's often associated then with being in a relaxed state with your body, but your mind being alert. The fastest way to do that is to listen to calming music that has you sort of energized but not edgy. Clearing the mind, connecting with the learning, having a clear outcome of what you want to achieve, what success will look like, sound like and feel like, and also knowing the objective you want to get to. M for mindset then, E for entrance, how we make sense of new learning or help others make sense when we are conveying a message. And I've got on the door there with the guy coming through the door, radio VHF, because VHF stands for vision, hearing and feeling. If we use just one sense to learn new information, we're in danger of talking nonsense to other people who don't share our same sensory preferences. By that I mean some people like vision, some people prefer to lead with hearing, and some people prefer to lead with feeling, which is touchy-feely. So here we've got this person coming into radio VHF who's layering the senses of visual, hearing and feeling to make more sense of what they're trying to learn or what they're trying to convey. Great applications of this are our speed reading program, there about 3 o'clock on your map, and our mind mapping program. But it's more than just about the senses. In fact, we talk about format, frame and break. You format your learning or your message using the main senses, visual, hearing and feeling, but you also need to frame the learning. We have a saying, it's not the jokes folks, it's the way you tell them. And we frame the learning by using the right environmental techniques to keep every learning style happy. And by that kind of learning style I mean psychological types of introvert, extrovert, thinker, feeler, or some people talk about activist, pragmatist, theorist and reflector. So sometimes it's not just the learning content, it's actually the way you deliver that learning content. And the greatest breakthrough at this phase of the model is realizing that taking a break every 45 minutes really boosts your learning performance. Fantastic. M for mindset, E for entrance, the first S is for share, and then switch ownership. There's a wonderful scene in the British movie The Full Monty where some of them are having trouble learning a simple point of their dance moves. And Gerald says, all I want you to do is come forward in a straight line and put your hand up. What have I got to do? And one of them says, well, it's the Arsenal offside trap, isn't it? And Gerald says, do what? And he says, well, this chap here is Tony Adams. If anyone looks like scoring, we all come forward in the line and we wave our hands around like a fairy. Well, the other chap says, well, that's easy. And so they put the music on and they come forward in a straight line and put their hand up just as Gerald wanted them to do. But they do it because they've put the stuff in their own words. They've done it in their own way. And they're using all 7 aspects of multiple intelligence, a model from Harvard University's Howard Gardner. Mindset, entrance, share and switch ownership. The second S of message is for store. Even when we've learned something, we've got to make it sticky. And to do that, we need to make it as easy as 1, 2, 3 and ABC by using association, emotion, imagination, order, and the unusual. So once you've got your message out there, or you've got your message into your head, you need to put hooks on it, make it like Velcro, sticky learning. And this is the way to do it. We've all been able to remember something like a car number plate by making an association between the letters and what they remind us of. The secret of accelerated learning that's often neglected is the power of your confidence. So here at the act phase, mindset, entrance, share and switch, store and act, we need to make it show. We need to show to ourselves that we really have learned something successfully. So your memory elephant here has the letters PVC for playfully verify confidence. In other words, you need to catch yourself getting your learning right. So you set yourself up for wins by giving yourself flashcards or other ways of demonstrating to yourself, to verify to yourself that you've actually learned the learning. Then if you're going to keep the learning for the long term, for it to go deeper and for you to be able to recall it over the long term, you must go again over the memory traces to the point where you make it flow. And this is where the learning becomes second nature. So you go again and again and again. We call this the 3 R's. To review, we must use a rhythm over time. So we review over a period of 3 months. You review after a day, after a week, after a month, after 3 months. And that helps you get it into your long-term memory. But also we must reflect regularly. What does this mean for me? How is it relevant for me? And if you rehearse, 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 suddenly it will flow. You will find yourself using your learning without having to think about it. Finally, the last E of message is engage. And like an engagement to be married, this is making a future commitment to action. So our memory elephant here is Vic. And Vic means getting a vision for the future that captures your imagination and encourages your commitment to action. Basically, you see, hear and feel yourself in the future using your learning. Therefore, it's relevant. Therefore, it's easy to act upon. So there's a little preview of the Learn Fast system. There are lots more resources we can help you with, so you can visit entertrainment.co. That's a very interesting spelling there, entertrainment.co. Or you can email me in person at lexstudios@btconnect.com. Thank you very much.